So I'm going to be doing a little something on the red truck, going to give it a try anyway. James, over at Central Oregon Shenanigans, finally convinced me to give this another try. I did use this for a very short time. I put it in the oil, ran it some, didn't like go a whole oil change or anything like that. But him and Kyle used this in a Jeep that had low compression on it in a cylinder, and let this soak in the cylinder for about a week. They put some in the cylinder, put the rest in the crankcase, and by God it fixed their low compression problem. But we'll get back to this here in a moment. We're gonna start this off with a little mail time. This comes from Rod Hughes. Hughes or Hughes? Hughes, I think. Hughes, from Mississippi, and definitely feels like a license plate. I don't think I need a knife to get into this one. We have a Mississippi plate, birthplace of America's music, Jackson, Mississippi. And also have a note, Fox Shop, enjoy your show. I rebuilt a 94 Bronco from the ground up, so I can definitely relate. Keep up the good work. You should have sent a picture of that Bronco along with the letter. Could have put that up on the board as well. This will be going up on the wall. Thank you very much, Rod. I do appreciate it. So it's been a couple of days. I let that restore sit in the cylinder. Turned it over a couple of times. Just got done making sure there was nothing left in the cylinder. And now I'm going to dump what's left of that can in the crankcase. Gotta get my funnel. Gonna make sure all that drains out of that funnel. That stuff's a little thicker than oil, and just want to make sure I get it all down in there. I may get a small can of that, add a little more. Since I did lose some, I actually overfilled the cylinder when I filled that up. And sorry for the noise, got the heater running in here. Gonna go start the truck up, see if it made any difference. Kinda have my doubts. So we'll fire the truck up and see what happens. Actually feels about the same. It's still got a little bit of a shake to it. Although the past few days when it's been cold out, when you first get in the truck, it would really, it'd shake pretty good. And it's doing better than that. We'll run it a while and see what happens. Well, I've had it sitting here running for a while. Had some oil spilled down in there and let it burn off. Doesn't really seem to be running any different. However, it does say it can take that restore a while to start working like it's supposed to. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know. We'll take her for a little drive and see if it made any difference. At least it's not a bad day here in Iowa. About 24 degrees out right now. It's supposed to get up in the 40s, I think, later on this week. I'll be right back, Jessie dog. I'm sure she's wondering where I'm going. Well, I don't think it made much difference. It does seem to be a little smoother, not quite as much vibration, but it's hard to tell. Some days are better than others in this truck. I don't really know what to think. It does seem like it's running a little bit better, so I'm gonna keep driving it and we'll see if it straightens itself out. I might put a little more restore in the crankcase. When I filled the cylinder, this is how much actually spilled out of it, which is quite a bit. Jesse, don't do that. One thing I did notice this morning when it was running in here, right here is where the exhaust was, and it's kind of froze now. But it didn't have that black oily kind of look to it. It was clear water coming out of the exhaust, so maybe we did fix a little bit of something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna keep driving it and we'll see what happens. Had the heater running now for, I don't know, maybe an hour at the most. I think it was like in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees in here when I started. It's almost 70 now. I think that thermometer said 68. This one over here is about right on 70. And as far as using this furnace in here, I don't think I'm gonna go that route. That furnace, it just isn't big enough. It's 40 or 50,000 BTU, I don't remember. There's a sticker inside of it. And when I have this heater, that's 115,000. That struggles to warm it up very good in here. I mean, it will warm it up, but it can take hours to do so. Once it does, it stays pretty warm. But when it's 20 below zero outside, and then in here it gets down to, I don't think I've seen it down below 10 degrees in here. But when it does get that cold in here, you got this big chunk of metal that gets cold. You know, tools, toolbox, cement floor. Everything is really cold, just takes a long time to get it heated up. And I don't think 40 or 50,000 BTU is gonna do it. Granted, with a furnace, you could leave it turned on so it would stay maybe 40 degrees down here, but there's really no sense in doing that. Some days I'm not down here. Why heat this place if I'm not gonna be in here? Right, Jesse? On a day like today though, it's in the middle 20s outside. It doesn't get down really below 40 degrees in here. What do you want out? Doesn't really take too long to warm up, and like I said, once it does get warmed up, heater will shut off and on. Still a pain to have to fill the darn cans all the time to fill the heater, and gets rather expensive. But maybe for the remainder of this year, if we can get through February and March, then things aren't too bad. With that being said though, I think maybe next year we just need to plan ahead, and I'd like to get a hanging heater in here, I believe. I think if I had a hanging heater and probably put it over in this corner, blow it out this way. Would put it in this corner, except, well, I could move some of these license plates, I guess. Speaking of license plates, I did get that Mississippi plate up here on the wall and got the letter right here. I still need to get another corkboard up here. And if you have a license plate or anything else for that matter that you'd like to send to the Fox shop, the address will be in the description below. So now it looks like I'm stuck with two furnaces here. I'm not even sure where the air filter goes in this thing. Down in the bottom somehow. So with the red truck still not running quite right, although it might be running a little bit better, or it could be a placebo effect. But not sure what else I'm gonna do on this thing, really. I do supposed to be having the rear leaf spring hanger and shackle coming, and thinking that might be coming today, not sure, probably today or tomorrow. Really need to get that fixed because I'm surprised it hasn't broke already. Other than that, no big immediate plans with the red truck. And honestly, I'd probably sell the red truck if I could get anything out of it. I don't know who would buy it the way it's running right now. I suppose somebody might buy it just for a wood hauler or something like that. I know these tan interiors aren't nearly as common as the gray ones, and I've been told that these seats could actually be worth something like around $800 or so. They're in really good shape. Not all torn up or anything. So the darn seats might be worth more than the whole truck. I don't know. Finding somebody to actually buy the things is one thing. Dash pad, everything's in pretty decent shape. There is one little crack right up in there. But door panels are good. All the rest of the vinyl trim and everything is in good shape. Don't really want to part the thing out, but might be worth more that way. Been looking at some other vehicles. I just don't know what direction to take, to be honest. Anyway, enough of that. I was gonna move the wife's red car down here into the old shop so she can park her Tahoe in the garage. She just doesn't drive the red car in the winter, being that it sits about 2 inches off the ground, doesn't get around in the snow very good, but I'm not sure I can get that little car through this. She says I can get through it. So if it warms up in the next couple days, I'll probably move her car down there so she can park her Tahoe up in the garage. Suppose I ought to put a little oil dry on this. Get that soaked up so it's not so much of a mess. So like I was saying about the project truck, yeah, I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I have some ideas. One idea would be to sell it. Another idea is just drive it through the winter, have some fun with it. Maybe she'll snap out of it. Kind of doubt it. I know a lot of people have been wanting me to get a Bronco, and I do know where there is a Bronco. It is for sale. I have no idea what they want for it, and I just can't afford to go out and spend a whole lot of money on a project truck only to turn around and put a whole lot of money into it to fix it up. I may go over there today. It's not too terribly far away. I may drive over there, talk to them, see what it would take to get that Bronco. They also have, I think, 3 or 4 other Ford trucks sitting there. They're also for sale. Let's go look at that Bronco. Well, there are the trucks, and that black and silver, if you can see it, that's the Bronco. He's got some other Ford trucks in there too. Unfortunately, that's not part of the place that I thought it was, and the guy that I talked to said he's probably not interested in selling any of that. So, back to the shop we go. You can see these wet lines down the road. Not sure how well the camera's picking those up. I just passed a snowplow on the way over here. Evidently he's spraying that brine stuff on the road. Corrosive liquid salt crap. Why he would be doing that today, I have no idea. Because it's actually a pretty nice day out. Nothing's freezing on the roads or anything. Makes no sense to me. And here he comes from the other direction. This just makes no sense to me whatsoever. Yeah, he's spraying that shit everywhere. Not supposed to be getting any snow or ice or anything like that. Why they'd be out spreading that crap all over the road, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Well, that was a little bit of a disappointment. I thought that Bronco, I'd seen it there during harvest when I'd be driving the semi by that place. And there's a place there that they sell cars. I thought it was part of theirs, but it's right next door. Somebody lives there. They had the Bronco, and I think three or four Ford trucks sitting back in there. Didn't sound like the guy is interested in selling anything. Driving the red truck over there and back, it is running better. It still has a bit of a vibration to it, but even sitting just at idle and just taking off from a standstill, before you could get that vibration pretty good, and it's really not there at the moment. It's more there as you're going down the road at speed, like 55 or so, and then just give it a little bit of gas, then you can feel it. It's not as bad. I may try doing this whole restore thing again, let it sit in the cylinder for a couple of days, maybe even longer. And I thought I'd mention before I go, I have been selling quite a few of these hoodies, so if you'd like to get one of your own, that link will be down below in the description as well. So I think that's going to do it for this video. Not a whole lot going on at the moment. January is usually slow. You're in the middle of winter, it's cold, but we will be getting back full swing into things. In the meantime, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.